That's
Ooh.
an Emmys trailer, everybody.
Yep.
That is how you do it.
It sure was.
When I looked at this initial list a few weeks ago and I was thinking about all the conversations we've had about Emmys eligibility and how do you position the show to be even closer to that like Emmys inner circle, this is a list that is drawing that line for me. That's a clear shot into a more serious conversation than what the show is able to do this year, because this year the entire lineup was essentially unknown to Emmys voters, right? Like you didn't have anyone that had crossover to other properties that were nominated in any kind of meaningful way, versus now you have SNL alumni, you have all these different stories of where people are coming from, you have returning cast members from the previous season, you're building on lore, which we love in terms of like proving show viability, proving that there's like an audience for it, and now you have like a year of narrative under you in terms of like you have an award season that very important people was very front and center on, even if it didn't come into anything meaningful at the end of it. So like I'm just excited to see that story through this trailer. I want to see that like continued push and a very clear shot of like y'all need to pay attention to what they're doing over there.
Agreed.
So off the top, what I was saying, I wanted to hear that like continued thread and I wanted to see like that base built. This is a 1-for-1 exactly what I was referencing, like setting the tone immediately. This is a continuation based on success and what was built in season 1. That is how you set the tone. And immediately for people who've never seen the show, who are in Emmy circles, who are looking at this for the first time because of the buzz, because they were referred to it, they're going to click in and go, okay, we're back. This is something that's continuing. This is something that is building off of such a strong start that I'm familiar with. Like pairing that with all this imagery of like, who do you pay attention to in all of the chaos, being Vic, who should receive Emmys buzz again for this season. Brilliant. Also, I'm very invested in the sweater vest that we're seeing in this frame.
Yeah, definitely season 1 sweater vest. I'm assuming a lot of I think the clip of Vic like in the chair launching forward, I'm thinking is a Very Good Man a clip. I would have to go back and watch, but I think a lot of these are season 1 clips of Vic.
You can tell by the chair. It's the old chair, right?
It's so fast.
They upgraded the chairs for season 2. Can you slow it down in the settings? Can you watch it on 0.5? It's okay.
Speed.
Yeah, speed.
Yes.
Pop it on.
Great.
0.5.
Okay.
There we go.
Anna Garcia. Goodness gracious. What have they done to our queen?
Is it giving Fantastic Four? Is it giving Fantastic Four to anyone else?
It's Fantastic Four Groot. It's a tree rock thing happening. It's beautiful. I love it. As soon as this one popped up, I was like, "Ooh, will they do this with any of the stars of the season?" Because you don't want Bobby Moynihan's face covered, and I don't think they did. I love everything happening up here.
It's like the orange face makeup, which is obviously like extremely relevant in American culture right now. Like this idea of like this specific makeup. I need to know who this person is.
Yeah. Yes. Dr. Coffee Pot. He looks like Too Many Cooks guy. You're not wrong. One of my all-time favorite anythings that's ever existed. I love a bald cap comb over is such a choice. So good. Oh gosh, I'm going to turn the volume off now because it is haunting to hear Vic at half speed. Chris Redd, not surprising. We are getting full face Chris Redd. But it does look like we have a colored contact.
This is giving like, is he going to go like iRobot? Is he gonna go like Transformers? Is he gonna go like Power Ranger? Like it's giving that genre to me, but it's interesting, like you said, like keeping the face in terms of like trying to pull viewers in and that like trying to show people like, this comedian, come watch what they're doing. Like it's the perfect giving him a lot to work with while not.
I am feeling Power Rangers vibes as well. Maybe it's just because of Make Some Noise this week, but obviously White Power Ranger on our minds. I also love the little the mic clip in the middle of that thing. It's just funny.
So funny.
Oh, Kimia. That is.
Kimia, my beloved. So crazy.
This is like when the poster came out last year and we were like, who who are half of these people? It's that, because if you showed me that, I would have no guesses that was Kimia.
Yeah, and I just want to, there's a comment here. They really went crazy with the costumes this season. Wow, huge bravo to the costume department from Dr. Coffee Pot. I completely agree. Like, this is very clearly budget, baby. Like, so well
this is
considered.
This is SZA shared a clip of our show on TikTok. We're giving it money. Yes.
Technically, that would be a season 3 choice at this point.
Yeah, I know, but yes.
I completely agree.
Paula Abdul followed the account we're giving this show money. That happened before season 2 filmed.
There we go.
Yeah, Kimia, I can't believe it. The exact thing I was hoping for, which is, and it had to be, John Early and Kate Berlant together. Of course they are. Look at that full zombie makeup. That's amazing.
This, I think... Just reading what we're seeing, right? You have this like kitchen cooking show set. You have some like 80s, 90s television kind of referencing happening. When I look at this pairing, when I look at the setting that they gave, when I think about how much Emmys loves referential television and why like the WandaVision campaign was so successful in that regard specifically, because it had all these like TV references and it had such great like accolades coming its way and the public support and the matched with the critic support for that reason. I see that when I look at this frame and I'm thinking like, this is the right combination of people that critics would tune in for, that voters would tune in for. It's the right level of referencing something greater than the show. So you're not pulling improv out of nowhere. You're actually being referential in your television, which the entire set's already referential to like the 90s sit down interview style. So this is just a pairing level on top of that. Absolutely genius. When I'm thinking about like which episodes specifically are going to be designed and catered to vote, already I look at this and go, yeah, that's one.
Yep. So good. Yes. Everyone in the chat, that is in fact Kate Berlant. Like you can see John Early in that, but yes, I agree. Just like Kimia before this, if you didn't have her name on screen, I wouldn't be sure it was her. Oh no!
So quick. It's moving so quick.
Now, all right, I guess we're gonna have to leave with the little. Yes.
This is stunning. I like the costume work on this. It's not giving like Walmart butterfly fairy. This is like absolutely exquisite design happening. I'm actually obsessed with this one.
Yeah. I love the little the cheek flares, the eyebrow, the ears. Like it's all such like professional detail work. And yes, Danielle,
can we take a minute for the glitter that's being blown out of Danielle's hand? And then also, if you look to the left frame bottom, you see there's like a bowl of candy, which is, to me, I'm thinking back to like the Lisa Gilroy episode. They kept like popping candies and like playing with like that as a different like game mechanic. So the candies are back.
The candies are back. Let's see Zach Oyama in full normal face.
Oh my god! This is like if Brave, everyone knows like Morida, like Brave, and like the girl from The Ring met up in one character. Like, is that kind of the vibe?
Yeah, I can't tell how much of the face is the trailer, because the trailer has that VHS layer of effect on it. I can't tell how pale Zach's face is because of that, or if they just took a like powder and just went boom into his face, because that's what it looks like.
Well, if you see the eyebrows, it looks like the eyebrow detailing was like very blurred out. So even like the idea of sunken features, like and the lips as well as an entirely nude lips. So I think you're right around like that entire face was paled out. I need to know. I just need to know what direction he's going.
This is giving me the end of Sleepaway Camp vibes for anyone who has watched that movie. And I'm desperately curious to know what the outfit is under that hair. I want more details of Zach Oyama.
Okay, the comments are going, like, I love the comments for this one. It's giving 70s hippie. It's the bass player from the Eagles. Oh my God. This is my new sleep paralysis demon. So real. So real.
So good. We have so many more to get through. Paul F. Tompkins, iconic. This is the one where, like, as as I was going, like my brain went, oh, do we get, are they just, is it going to be like everyone's going to be that Chris Red, here is full face, and then we hit Paul F. Tompkins? I was like, nope, not everybody. Some people are going to be unrecognizable.
I cannot wait to see the full body costume that's matching with this, right? Like, is it slugged to the floor? Does he have legs? Imagine if that was just the top of his body, he had regular legs and trousers on. Like, hysterical.
So good. Pixel Brady asked if people get if Emmy voters get subscriptions to Dropouts. Emmy voters are given individual episodes, so we don't have any idea which one of these. Presumably, one of the stars will probably be the one of the Emmy nominations. But last year, was it Denzel and Anna? Were those the two they sent in, or did they send in three? I don't remember.
Yeah, exactly. So they submitted the Anna Garcia episode, and they submitted the Ife Nwadiwe episode. Yep. It's important to remember that the episodes that Dropout submits to the Emmy voters' private platform are not necessarily the episodes that Dropout could submit for nominations. Now, usually this is a 1-for-1 because you want people to see the episode that they're then going to go nominate, but it's not like a 1-for-1 requirement, right? Dropout can't send an entire season to the platform. Like every other show, you have to pick what you're doing. When you're introducing a show for the first time, it makes a lot of sense to send episodes 1 and 2. Hopefully with this season, I would love to see more like pick and choose from across the entire season. So if like Chris Red, for instance, is buried in like episode 5 or 6, like pull that out and drop it in. But it'll be interesting to see how much the season arc will impact what they decide to send in. Because we know, at least from season 1, the way that the order that they shot versus the order that the season landed and the arc that the season gave us were completely different, right? So interesting to see how season 2 might change. Yes. One of my questions for Vic, if we get time to chat with Vic going into the season, is if that changed or if it was a similar structure.
Yeah. This feels like they shot fewer episodes in a day based on the makeup quality. Also, agreed. Everyone who's saying it's too many eyes on Paul F. Tompkins. Also, Claire, welcome. Eyes. We're going one by one on the breakdown. You've missed a few people. They're all incredible. And there's so many. Oh, I fully missed this one in the first, because I think I got distracted by whatever Vic was saying in this moment, and I was reading that. I really like our little another living doll. It's very good.
It's giving rag doll, right? Like the oven mitt hands are like rag doll hands. It looks. You know what? I really like the doll. Like archetype for this show, because there's so many different ways you can go with it. I loved the way that Jacob and Kimia handled that in season 1. So this is very cool. Also, like we have some face, like maybe patchwork, it looks like a stitching down at an angle. Very cool.
Yep. Yes, to someone in the chat, it was basically a week of shooting. They did it in like 4 days or something, like 3 episodes a day. Wild. My guess is a similar shooting schedule for this. I'm just guessing over more days, like probably 2 weeks for this whole season. Bobby Moynihan, my beloved, hello. Frozen Man.
Incredibly
Thank you so
challenging
much.
makeup to keep on a. I know they keep the set cool. I think that's what we heard about season 1, but even with all the AC in the world blasting, incredibly challenging makeup and specifically applied to keep on. Like this is really absolutely breathtaking work.
Yeah. Oh man, one of my favorite. Like when I talked to Tamara Levine, director of the first and second season, we talked about Bobby because Vic had just done the Star Wars script read, whatever, with Bobby, and Bobby did full Darth Maul makeup and prosthetics to be Darth Maul, which is the funniest thing in the world because Darth Maul has like 3 lines in The Phantom Menace, if that. So I think he also played Yoda. Like I think he had a couple of characters, but it's so funny to be in full prosthetics. And it's like, that's your choice right there. Like get that man on season 2. He'll do anything for comedy. But yeah.
Yep. I'm actually really excited to see that they gave him in my mind, right? This is a completely different take than what we saw like with the full kind of alien multiple eyes garb. That to me, this is like circumstantial to build off of versus like an immediate character that you have to find your way through. And I love Bobby in a situational comedy situation. I think that's one of his strongest like areas to shine in. So very cool choice here.
I love him. I can't wait to see him frozen to death. Oh, Paul Robolino.
Okay.
I would not have recognized him. I've talked to him for an hour.
I have to just immediately share, like, obviously the camera angle here and the filtering, even if this is the filtering that they're using across the trailer, we are deep in MTV culture with this. But more specifically, if you're a lore expert on MTV, Much Music, all of like the 2000s live music television scene as much as I am, this is giving specifically the midnight like punk hours that used to go from like 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. on a Friday or a Saturday night, when it used to be like the heavy metal hours, the indie hours, the late night shift at the radio station. It's so Billy Joel Armstrong. It is so referential to like 2001 MTV Unplugged. So if Paul's not going that direction with the character, he will be receiving an email from me.
I just messaged Paul. Blink 182 looks great on you.
Perfect. Excellent.
Yeah. Beautiful.
He looks like an early YouTuber, and I can't play Switch. Yeah, YouTuber would also be a very funny route to go down. Like, maybe like a punked, like MTV, like early 2000s reality star. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Paul is the dropout people's princess. We love to see more Paul in front of the camera. Echo Kellum, my goodness.
Oh, I'm going to
romance episode.
We
love it. It's so good.
This is what, I'm losing the name right now, but the movie that won the Oscar.
Shape of Water.
Yes. Is this going to be like Shape of Water meets Very Important People? Because I can't, if that's what's happening here.
Shout out to Julia. I'm sorry, this is hot. Julia, no one disagrees with you.
No one's disagreeing with you. I can't.
They barely covered Echo Kellum's face.
Chemistry, man.
And they released his arms. It's incredible. Alex Songsha. My goodness.
Absolute legend.
The thing I'm so excited about this feels like this is going to be Zach Oyama season 1, where we're so used to seeing Alex in a particular role of just like subtle, subdued, quiet. This feels like it's going to be, literally monstrous, because it is, but like that it's going to be a really big performance. I'm
losing my mind at like, is the intent here that this is like a bird on vacation or a bird working at like one of those themed restaurants? Like I'm thinking through like some of the choices that Izzy made where like it went completely different way than like the intention of the design. Alex is one of my favorite comedians, just so funny. Also Canada. This is the Canadian episode, everybody. We're Canada host, Canada guest. Like this will be my Super Bowl. There was a comment a few minutes ago, I'm losing who said it. Hal B Pro. I feel like we're getting more variety in the looks. I agree with that.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
And not just variety in character, but variety in how you find the character, right? Like the situational comedy versus like a very clear character versus prosthetic. It's very interesting.
We're halfway through. Oh my God, it's Brennan and Izzy together. I missed all of these somehow.
I didn't know that they were doing
fast.
this. I didn't know they were doing this together. I'm so freaking thrilled. This was the only one I caught in the initial playthrough.
I'm just over here taking screenshots of these. I don't know if you can see it when I do it on Twitch, but
so it's WWE meets like aerobics instructor.
Yeah. Shout out, good for them. Look at how much breathing room they gave on Brennan this season.
Yeah.
That man is not covered in fur, unnatural fur. His normal human fur, yes, but like that's nice of them.
The facial hair on Brennan is really giving the guy from the Hunger Games, the game maker that's got like the crazy sideburn situation.
Yeah, very much so.
Spandex Brennan, new Brennan PC unlocked.
Yes,
here we go. My
Nicole
absolute
Byer.
queen,
Oh.
Nicole Byer.
Also, I mean, look, no face cover there. We knew that was coming.
Yeah,
so good.
This is fantastic wig work with that red piece.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. And it looks like the shirt might have something on it, maybe referencing the hair, or it's like fire. I feel like
I can't get any bigger. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. No, it's more so like you can only see a little bit of it in that shot. So very cool.
Love it. Love Nicole. I think it's going to be great. Lisa Gilroy, absolute nightmare. Of course she is. How could she not be?
This is my sleep paralysis demon.
Yeah.
Listen, this is also Canadian Super Bowl, but this is like Canadian Super Bowl doppelganger. Like this is what nightmares are made of.
Yep. This is what I did catch. This is what I did catch somehow. I was like, that's Lisa and awful.
I'm kind of obsessed. Slay. Slay mama.
Is that
okay, and then we're back.
And we're back?
Okay, let's talk about the upgraded set if you want to pause it here. This is I love the
hold on. Let me actually go back a little bit because we've got this beautiful pic of Vic on the far left of our screen. We have what appears to be a video monitor on the right. Those are good choices.
It's very subtle enhancements, right?
Yeah.
Thinking about season 1, like I love the chair upgrade because as someone that thinks way too much about what chairs you sit in for shows like this, took me 9 months to find this chair and I'm still not completely satisfied with it, just as an example. I love this higher back situation. The chairs in season 1 kind of cut the frame in a really interesting way. They were very like square, and then for some of the costumes that had more movement to them, I found those chairs were very restrictive. This style of chair I actually have some history on, which is the idea of the arm on one side and the no arm on the other side, like this. The bottom of the chair isn't quite matching the theory, but in ye olden days when hoop skirts were in fashion, this is how a lot of chairs used to be designed, because you would put your arm on one side for your knitting and your hoop skirt would go to the other side of the chair. So thinking about that and the idea of costuming, this is a much more flexible chair for being able to have a conversation and lean, but having place for your costume to go, and then also the antics of like getting off the chair to do a push-up or falling off the chair, or like all these different things that we saw in season 1 where the chair was almost restricting the movement. This is a very specifically designed chair for the opposite to happen in. So as soon as I saw that in the first watch through, I was like, oh, they did some chair design theory here.
We got a kiss. We have Paul F. Tompkins dumping, I'm going to guess, bug juice. Oh, wait, do we have a full shot of Paul F. Tompkins then?
Oh, it's a full slug.
He's a full slug man.
Major shout out to Jordan for the expert pausing that's happening here.
I'm trying my best. It's
no,
so
you're
hard.
doing really well. This is very challenging. Wow. Full body slug. That's incredible. Oh, we've got
Brennan and Izzy fully wrestling Vic. Love that.
And those chairs are pulled out from the back as well. So once again, Brennan just demolishing set.
Yep. And then
you've got a skull.
Kimia the witch really ruining Vic's day, presumably.
You know what? Honestly, spooky season. Season. I love it. Yeah, gorgeous set.
Yeah. Oh, and now we have just the mini Vics. This is also a fantastic shot here at the end.
I love
of just like
this.
I think I've talked to Vic about this, of like the smile. How did you get there for host Vic? And it was something to the effect of like, host Vic practices this smile in the mirror and they haven't gotten it right, but they sit there and they practice it. I wish this effect had gone the opposite direction from how Vic had waved. I wish they would have waved like this and then it would have appeared the other way.
It came the opposite. Yeah, that'd be very, very funny. Smile. Oh, Vic Michaelis, you're coming for that Emmy. Go, just play that last bit one more time. Like deep character work, just like deeply unsettling.
That smile is horrible.
Oh my god, that Emmy, we simply must secure it. Like this is wow.
And there you go, gang. November 7th. That's so soon.
Come on, everybody, little clap. Come on, there it is. No, I'm excited to cover season 2 with all of you and with you, Jordan. This is gonna be. We're in our bag. Yep. Let's go. Choo choo.
This is what we made the show for. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Bye.